So today, let's talk about AI. But not just the cool apps, right? We're going to dig into how it's completely rewriting the rulebook for our economy. I mean, everything. Jobs, startups, and, the skills you're actually going to need to succeed in 2026. All right. Let me start with a question for you. What if the biggest economic boom of 2026, what if it isn't happening where you think it is? What if all that explosive growth is flying completely under the radar, away from all the usual places we look? Yeah, I'm talking about something that's not just happening on Wall Street, those big flashy towers, and it's not even just happening inside the hospitals we're all used to. The whole map is literally being redrawn. So, what's the big force behind this whole shift? Well, it's AI. And look, we're not just talking about another tech trend here. This is like a brand new foundational layer for the entire economy. It's changing everything. So, come on, let's break down exactly what this new AI-powered world really looks like. Okay, so first things first. To really get where we're going, we got to understand where we are right now. And honestly, in 2026, the economy is kind of telling two completely different stories at the same time. It's a real tale of two job markets. So on one side of the coin, you've got the overall US job market, which has really been pumping the brakes. Hiring has slowed way down, and those big pay bumps everyone was getting a few years back? Yeah, those are a lot harder to come by now. The whole vibe is cautious. But then you have the other story. And this is where things get really interesting. Check this out. Healthcare, right? It only makes up about 11% of all jobs in the economy. But, and this is the crazy part, it's responsible for a whopping 72% of all new job growth. Let that sink in. This isn't just a small trend. This is a massive, massive boom happening right in the middle of a cooling economy. And honestly, it's our biggest clue about what's coming next. So you gotta ask yourself, right? What is going on here? How can you have a cooling market over here and this absolutely explosive boom in one sector over there? Well, there's a common thread. The engine that's powering this whole new kind of strange economy, it's AI. And when I say AI as an economic engine, I don't just mean it's the latest tech buzzword. No way. We're talking about a fundamental, game-changing force. It's something that's causing huge amounts of cash to be poured into new infrastructure. It's massively boosting productivity. I mean, how much we can all get done. And it's driving profits in literally every industry you can think of. Healthcare, finance, even construction. It's everywhere. And if you want to get a sense of the sheer scale of this thing, just look at the money flowing in. We're talking about a low-end estimate of that's trillion with a T, $5 trillion being spent on just the AI infrastructure by 2030. That's what we mean by capital intensive. That's the money that's building the literal digital foundations for this whole new economy. Okay, so all that cash has to go somewhere, right? Well, it's fueling this absolutely huge market for new tools. You've probably heard the term software as a service, or SaaS, right? Tools like Salesforce or Slack you might use every day at work. Well, that market is set to explode to $344 billion by 2028. And guess what's driving a giant piece of that pie? Yep, new AI-powered solution. And this is where the rubber meets the road, because it's not just about spending money, it's about making money. Get this. Companies that really nail using AI for things like personalizing customer experiences, they're pulling in 40% more revenue than the average company. 40%! That's not just a small edge, that's a massive, massive competitive advantage. Okay, so we've got this incredible AI engine humming in the background. The big question is, what does this actually mean for jobs? For you? What are the skills that are suddenly in high demand? Let's take a look at what high-paying work looks like now. All right, check out this list of the highest paying jobs for 2026. What do you notice? It's pretty surprising, right? You've got your truck drivers, the owner-operators, and data scientists, sure. But look at the rest. It's almost all healthcare and therapy roles. This is not some sci-fi movie where the robots have taken over, and that's the key takeaway here. It shows that we're putting a huge premium on the skills that AI, just can't do yet. Things like empathy, real human connection, that nuanced physical touch. These very human jobs are becoming more valuable, not less. But, and this is a really big but, these jobs aren't staying the same. They're being totally transformed. So a physical therapist in 2026, they're not just a physical therapist anymore. The really successful ones, they're becoming what you'd call systems thinkers. They're learning skills like prompt engineering, which is just a fancy way of saying they know how to talk to an AI to get the best results. They're using data to cook up super personalized recovery plans for their patients. So you see the point? AI isn't killing the job. It's creating a supercharged, more powerful version of that job. And this whole transformation thing, it's not just for people in established careers. Not at all. It's also writing a brand new playbook for anyone who wants to start their own thing. Entrepreneurs, small teams, folks who want to build the next generation of businesses. And you know what? The path to actually building something is clearer than it's ever been. It all starts with finding a real, genuine problem. You know, some annoying, repetitive task in a specific niche that people just hate doing. From there, you just have to validate your idea, focus on building only the most essential features to start, and then just launch it, get it out there. It's this fast, lean process, and it's all powered by these new tools. And believe me, the opportunities are absolutely everywhere. I think these micro-sauce businesses are just fascinating. They're these small, super focused tools that solve one specific problem, and they solve it really well. I mean, look at this. An AI photo generator that could bring in up to 20 grand a month. A little tool that just summarizes YouTube videos, maybe 10 grand a month. We're not talking about building the next Google here. These are highly profitable, totally manageable businesses that, honestly, one person or a tiny team can build. So let's start to bring this all together. The big question for you, for all of us, is how do we position ourselves to really thrive in this new AI economy? What's your next move? You know, there's this quote that I think just nails it. AI isn't ending engineering careers, it's sorting them. It's not this big, scary wave coming to destroy all the jobs. It's more like a sorting hat. It's separating the people who can adapt and learn how to use these new tools from the people who can't. It's putting a huge premium on things like human judgment, creativity, and simply knowing how to work with these incredibly smart systems. Look, the bottom line is this. The tech isn't some science fiction concept anymore. The tools are here. They're accessible. The playbook for how to use them is getting clearer every day. And the opportunities are just everywhere you look, whether it's making your current job better or building something completely new from the ground up. So really, the final question isn't, what's AI going to do to us? The real question is, what are we going to do with IT? The tools are sitting right here in front of us. So what problem are you going to solve?